You got the VJJ cuts.
Here we go.
Set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you live from Just the Tip Cigars in the hills of the Steel City. Get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast. Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast, a cigar show for the community by the community. A forum that talks stogies, booze, food, and anything else in the cigar lifestyle. If you're looking for ratings, negativity, reviews, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place. Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us at the Cigar Junkies Facebook group or emailing us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com.
What's up, junkies?
I'm Corey.
I'm Sam.
I'm Jason.
And that's Louie, but we'll get to him in a second. And we're the Cigar Junkies, and if you're watching this, that means that you are too. And we'd appreciate it if you go over to every platform, all of them. You'd be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube's, all the places where you could get us. Please like, subscribe, and share, comment, do all the things. Find us on the cigarjunkies.com, where you could purchase these lovely-ass shirts that we're wearing. And all that happy goodness, you know what I mean? That's they call that the call to arms. Well, they call that the call to action.
Yes.
I think the call to arms is way cooler, especially since
good cigar.
You've got a weird knight behind you. It makes all the senses.
I don't think he's weird. I think he's awesome.
So shall we just get right to it and address the hippie in the room?
Do it.
This gentleman sitting across from us is Gandalf.
No, he's not Gandalf.
Otherwise known as Louie LaManna. Louie LaManna is our resident cigar box expert, artist, and enthusiast extraordinaire. And we're going to be doing some deep diving on them giddies today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Louie.
Hi, Sam.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Not so bad. Every time I hear Louie, all I think is, what was the Louie? What was the commercial back then? It was Willie's.
Yeah.
But every time I hear Louie, it's Louie's. I don't know.
Come down for all your ski equipment.
That's it.
Get your
Did he
blade
just
sharpened.
say he'd wax your pole?
I did hear that he was going to... I give up. There's a big thumbs up from that region over
I don't know
there.
if that was for the audio or the comment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something's working for Eric. Something's working.
Something's doing it.
Good morning, Chris Scales. Although we collectively have a bone to pick with Chris Scales.
Why?
Well, if you didn't know, both of our wives
Yes.
spent the evening at Chris Scales' house playing some sort of game I've never heard of, a dice game.
Bunko.
Right. So Shannon gets there before Britt, right? And Chris goes, hey, this is Shannon. Another woman that's coming later. Their husbands do a podcast together. It's called, I don't know, it's got something to do with cigars and junkies. And I think she was embarrassed to, know it because Shannon called her out. And she was like, Chris, you watch that show every Sunday morning. You know the name of the show. So, that's pretty fun.
Fantastic. Did Shannon have a good time?
Seemed like it, yeah.
Yeah, Britt seemed... I talked to her last night.
I
She
bet
seemed
we
to-
had a better time.
I always have a better time.
They missed out.
When do you guys? When was this?
Last evening.
last night.
Last night. Oh, I wasn't invited. I suck.
I wasn't either.
Yeah,
I was.
neither was I. I drove her to drop her off, and then I went and hung at the weaning house until she was, because it's like 3 minutes from their home, until she was ready to be collected and escorted back to the premises. So, but yeah.
And you're not going to talk about anything that happened in between there.
All kinds of stuff that happened in between there. We got, there were these awesome dudes that were sitting right next to me eating gummy bears.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy gummy bears.
Oh, yeah.
And yet they
laughed
were not
at
the
everything.
ones who took their shirts off and were
Oh, yeah,
dancing.
'cause I still got
Very
brush burn on
provocatively
my
with
tummy.
another dude. Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll give you one guess of who it
There's
was with.
video.
I think.
GD?
No.
I just assumed.
Shirts were off.
Bellies were bumped.
There's one person who never wears a shirt that you know very well.
Oh,
Mikey Kazora.
that makes it way more better.
In the back of the deck. So they were playing Tom Petty and Mikey's up there dancing. I was like, I could be enthusiastic to this song of all the ones they played that night. I was like, oh yeah, because regardless of how many times I yelled it out, they wouldn't play Aretha Franklin. So I don't know. So it was Mikey. So pulled our shirts up and we were grinding our bellies together. And
Images
it'll
I never
take
wanted.
a long time for my skin to heal because it looks like somebody took a Brillo pad to it. Somebody found a video.
So, if anybody's wondering, that would be Eric clapping with joy over there.
I told you,
Of course.
You're right there, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a coffee.
Oh, I was like, what happened? What'd we miss?
Yeah. So it was we had a good time.
A good
There
time was
cake.
had by all.
But so these guys that were eating the edibles next to me, first there was Will and Dave. So old Johnny Curcio decided they were Will and Grace.
Nice.
But then at some point, he called him Rub and Tug, which was perfect because Dave had a shirt on it that said Rub real big because it was something barbecue shirt or something.
Nice.
So I'm like, all right, Rub and Tug. They laughed at everything, dude. I'm like,
They were having more fun than
can
anybody
you guys
else.
please come to our show? If you laugh this time all the time, like we could really use you. Like you could be an excellent plant in the audience just to laugh at everything. We'll be like, "How you doing today?" And they'll be like, "Ha ha ha," laughing. In the
That
corner.
fantastic.
Oh yeah, they were having a very good time indeed.
Well, we've got all the Bunko ladies are now in the chat together. Your wife, my wife. So, hello, ladies. If we ever find the lady. Hello, ladies.
All right.
Sorry.
So I got approval for that date, so I can actually hit it at the end of the show.
Nice.
Just to let you know where we're at. So
Heck yeah. Did you address that with Jay to see if he can?
nah.
Okay.
I will. Like, hopefully he can.
Yeah.
But if he can't, we
gotta
can't
make
do
it work,
without
so.
him.
Got it.
I thought we were going to do that this morning, almost.
Nice to be included, huh?
Indeed.
Yeah.
On the few
Indeed,
occasions
sir.
that Jason's up early enough on a Sunday, I think he's just sitting there smoking his morning cigarette, watching the phone ring and go to voicemail, and just laughing,
Just-
like a super villain.
Sometimes.
The
Petting
only
his
reason
cat.
I believed you when you said that you were up and on your way already was that you did not sound like you have so many times when I called you, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear that grogginess in his voice. Like he sounded like halfway pleasant.
Yes.
And I was like, well, he's definitely been up. He probably just got caught up painting a miniature or something like that.
No, I was in a bathroom.
Oh,
Well,
I want to address
same
one of the comments we missed when we were doing our test before everything. Seneca said he's inhaled to yell "What's up, junkies" like 5 times, and he's getting lightheaded because we kept running the test.
Yeah.
Driving on his way and like, oh, yeah, no.
That's funny.
So how's your week?
Think about it. Week's pretty good. My daughter is amazing. So she's getting me out of a lot of work this month. I haven't used a single vacation day up until this week.
Okay.
And I've been covering everybody else's, and I keep promising one of these days I'm going to roll in here and throw V-Days like Uno cards and just be like, reverse, drop 4, skip. So on Tuesday, my daughter goes to a vocational school for half the day for a veterinarian program. And so they were doing an award ceremony on Tuesday, which she almost wasn't even able to make it to because they schedule it between the AM class and the PM class. So the AM kids are getting ready to leave, and the PM kids aren't there yet. And I'm like, how does this make any sense, right? It's just crazy. So then I was like, I'll just take a vacation day, and I'll pick her up from school early and drive her there so I could be there because I missed all kinds of stuff in the oil field. It'd be nice
Right.
to
Actually
catch
see.
some of the stuff at the end of the rainbow. And so then my wife's like, you idiot, she can't stay there. She has a AP final at 12 o'clock. And I was like, well, this is crap. So I called the school. And I had to call like 4 times before I got a hold of someone. And I'm like talking to some poor guy in attendance. And he's like, wait, the principal's walking by. Let me grab him. And I says, listen, first of all, this is a wacky time, dude. And my daughter has a test she's got to be back at Bethel for. And I says, how long is this thing going to take? Like, if I bring her to this, will we be able to get her back in time? And he says, well, there's food too and stuff. He said, we'll honor her early to make sure she can get out of there in time. So, okay, cool. So Then Kieran later is at the high school, and she's walking with her friends, and the principal goes, Kieran Banks. And she's like, yeah? She's like, deer in headlights. And he goes, hey, the principal from the Votech school called and told us, about this awards program and stuff. And we rescheduled your test for the next week so that you can go and stay and stuff. It's like,
That's
cool.
awesome.
So
that is rock and roll, dude.
we knew ahead of time that she was every department, like automotive and the bakery kids, all that. There's outstanding senior of the year award for each department, and Kieran won it for the Votech or for the veterinarian program. So we're sitting there waiting for her to get her award. Like one of the very first ones they do is for an extracurricular she does called Skills USA, and they start saying all these wonderful things about some kid, and I'm like, sounds a lot like my daughter. Maybe they have a lot of really good kids in the school. I don't know. And she got like the most outstanding representative of that program with a $250 check for college, all that happy stuff.
That's cool.
And then she got her award, and then the things were wrapping up, and they start talking about, okay, now we have the student of the year for the whole school. And they start talking about how she's got 8 certifications in her program and 97% on her grades. And they had to move her AP biology test so she could be here today. And Kieran's like shaking, like she.
Oh, because none of you guys knew.
She won the award for the top student in the whole school.
Nice.
That's awesome.
fantastic.
Very proud of
Congrats.
her. Very good kid. Nothing like me. Good for her. So yeah, that's the highlight of my week. How about you, bud?
Really, man, it just nothing spectacular. I got nothing spectacular at all, which I'm fine with this week.
Didn't you guys get a day off from the kids last night? Didn't you and your wife get to go home and not have triplets in your bed?
I didn't get home till midnight. Came home and I went to bed.
That's opportunity.
It's like, oh, yay. No.
Still have PTSD from them first 3, huh?
Long, long time ago.
Yeah. Louie, how was your week?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. How's comes?
Oh, geez. Thursday night at the Hard Rock Cafe, my buddy Joe Mass is playing with the Allman Brothers cover band live at the Fillmore. That was off the hook. Hung out with those guys all evening. Friday, had a recording session at my house working on our new album. Saturday afternoon was band practice. Last night was Matt Barani down at the Leaning House. And here I am.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
I haven't blinked yet.
Somebody doesn't know how to retire. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is insane. It's insane. I finally, though, I got all the guitars built that I need for the festival.
That's good because it's
So-
coming up, I hear.
Yeah, pretty soon.
It's a thing, huh?
So that took a lot of pressure off of me. And last night was the debut of the drum set I made for the Leaning House. So we actually got to hear a drummer other than me play him. Pretty cool. Pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's so cool. How about you, brother?
Me, I worked. That's it.
Yeah?
Played video games. Drank beer.
Since Jay's off camera, I'm going to address the caterpillar in the room. He looks like he should be singing Macho Man with that stash that is just, it's captivating. We'll go with captivating.
Captivating
We'll
mustache.
go with captivating. We're gonna leave out whether that's a positive or a negative captivating, but it's there.
So, yes, exactly. So for everybody out there in TV land, I've shaved my beard. It's gone, and all I have is a giant friggin' mustache on my face right now. A little bit of sideburns too.
Eric
Just a
was
little
so
bit.
excited. He thought you were one of
He's like
YMCA.
Freddie Mercury.
The Village
I thought
People.
You were
He thought
dead.
you were Village People coming in.
One of the
Scully
Village
and all,
People.
just the newest member of the Village People, ready to rock and roll.
I am the Village People, baby. I am the Village People. Oh shit! I better be careful what I say.
By the way, your back is to him right now, so you.
I'm like 90 degrees to him.
He'd prefer 90.
Corey, that phone interesting.
What I was trying to do unsuccessfully was to find the full poster for the Cigar Box Festival so that I could send it to you and we could put it up while we were discussing it. However, the only image that's easily obtainable for me right now is the one that's cut from the top of the poster that you guys used for
I
the
have
event.
it on my phone over there. If that
Wow.
helps.
If only your phone was over here, you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. We could tell the folks where to find it. We'll have it. We will reshare it prominently to the Facebook group. What's going on in this chat?
Seneca said Eric was going to take that mustache for a test ride. And Britt said, I want to see it.
The best part about the mustache is for some reason, everybody at the mill has decided they want to look super douchey right now. And so everybody seems to be doing this mustache thing. And then
Which
there's
is
a
why I have
guy
it.
that came in with a shaved beard. And when I tell you he didn't look good with the beard, when he shaved it, oof. His face looks a lot like the surface of the moon with like a skin complexion to it.
So that man right there is why I have a
He
mustache.
is.
So here's how it went. Okay, I'll tell the story.
Do
while
tell.
Nobody can see me. Everybody at the mill had a mustache, right? They're all. I guess
Now
we're
you
doing
can
this
see it.
now.
It has
I
been
guess-
requested.
I guess we're doing
So
this.
now you got to deactivate and activate.
You screw the camera up.
Somebody-
I'm just gonna leave it like that. Nobody gets to see it.
Fast and the Furious 13.
Yeah.
The junkies.
Come on, fam.
Ride.
There it
There we
is.
go.
There's.
Okay, so here's the story.
All about
all these guys at the mill are they have mustaches, and they're like, Jason, you're
None of them look good.
no. None of them look good, and they're like, Jason, you've got to get one. You'd have a great mustache. You've got to get one, and I'm like, no, there's no way I'm gonna shave a mustache into my face. I've had a beard for 15, 20 years. I said I'm not doing a mustache.
My wife-
So they left me alone, and they started going after this guy, Chris, who had this, like, he had an enormous beard, right? It was epic. And they start going after Chris, and Chris is like, I'm never shaving a freaking mustache in my face because this is not going to happen.
And he's doing everybody a favor by like not revealing what's underneath. Like,
So he and I were sitting in the helper shanty the other day, last week, and I was like, I'll tell you what, if Chris shaves a mustache, I'll shave a mustache. And he was like, it's not going to happen.
You're like, I know. That's why I'm not
And
worried
that's
about it. That's
exactly
why I
why
made
said
this
that.
bet.
I'm like, Chris isn't going to do it.
coming in hot.
And he comes in 2 days later with a stinking mustache, and I was like,
Oh,
no.
What did I do?
No. And so I couldn't be a bitch.
I mean, you usually are, but
And,
not this time.
And back out of that because I wouldn't hear the end of it. I would be ridiculed endlessly. And they'd be like, oh,
as opposed to now, where you're just going to be complimented
this
on your
thing-
lovely
this thing-
facial hair.
look at this. This is incredible.
Oh, it's
You
incredibly
kidding me?
something.
Magnum PU.
It's a lot, bud. That's wow.
I like
Yeah,
it. My wife hates it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
She's not alone.
I'm not allowed to grow a mustache. That's
You,
it.
you should be on the
been
other
off
one so you
limits.
can get the live
That's
view on the
okay.
cams and
Yeah.
switch them so I can turn that around.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Morning, Greg Perry. How you doing, buddy?
So, one of the other super awesome things. So, I see. I should probably get into the microphone.
It does help if you do that. Yeah.
I forget about the microphone. So, I see Chris first at work.
That's pretty good.
And orange hard hat, orange jacket, and he rolls in. I'm like, I feel like my color needs adjusted, but you look like frickin' Mario. And he goes, oh, Jason did it too. And I'm like, Luigi? Like immediately, I just picture him in all green. Tell me he doesn't
Oh,
look like.
yeah.
Here's the
100%.
worst
Here's
part
the thing,
about
he
it.
doesn't look like Luigi. He looks like creepy Uncle Luigi at Thanksgiving dinner.
Dude, I'm picturing Mill Greens. Like just rocking the greens at work.
Yeah.
Did
Green hat.
So the day I shaved it, I went into work. I had a green T-shirt on.
Just embrace. Yeah. I'm sure you have a Luigi
should've
shirt. Like
taken
you're the
one
guy
of
that has one of those.
I don't have a Luigi shirt.
No?
I actually don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But I'll get one.
I bet a Wario shirt though. I could see you having a Wario shirt.
Well, Drevich and I talked about. I was like, you've got to
you
get
said
an
it's
M on your hard hat, and I'll get an L on mine.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely needs to happen.
Just sitting there eating mushrooms. Shall we discuss what we're smoking?
We should talk about this thing
Yeah, we could before it's gone.
before it's no longer with us.
That's your cue, Jason.
Who gave it to us?
Leaning
I
House.
showed notes.
It's time for the Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Leaning House Fine Cigars. The Leaning House is your destination for the ultimate cigar smoking experience. Whether you're exploring their wide selection of premium cigars, unwinding in their comfortable lounge, or enjoying live music on one of the most unique and intimate live music venues in the burg, the house has something for everyone. Do you want to try the stick we're smoking today? Stop by leaninghousefinecigars.com or visit Dave in Bell Vernon or Heidi in Brownsville. Wherever you are, make the house your home for premium cigars.
We talked about home improvement because I totally would.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please. Anyways,
That
moving
brief-
on.
The brief break that you got in the trash talking on this show is brought to you by Leaning House Fine Cigars. And today we are smoking the Black Label Trading Company Orthodox, which is interesting because this company is anything but.
Yeah, they are generally
We are smoking the
unorthodox.
4.5 by 52 short Robusto. Almost makes it a Rothschild. They were off by like 2 ring gauges.
They were close.
They were real close. Mexico, San Andreas wrapper, Ecuadorian Habano binder, and fillers from Nicaragua. This is handcrafted at Fabrica Oveja Negra in Esteli, Nicaragua. Orthodox is a small batch release offered to retailers attending the PCA trade show for 2024. So can't get this bad boy everywhere.
Can't touch this thing.
It's
I don't know
also
about you.
wonderful.
I'm having
Yeah.
a very, very nice time with
It's
this cigar.
glorious.
That's right.
Me too.
You digging it as well?
Yeah.
I think I shall tape 2 of these together, like a really bad attempt at fusing multiple firecrackers when you were a kid, and almost blowing your hand off. And so just
I don't know why I was just immediately went to like, I wonder if you could do that. Like, could you cigar glue one together? Like,
You could use, I mean, you could use a Leaf by Oscar wrapper.
yeah.
And just tie them together that
I
way.
think it'd be
maybe.
cool, like have like a candela, like a candela band-aid.
Don't get me wrong. This is a horrible idea.
Okay.
But somebody will do it. See, there's the pigar, the cigar pipe.
Yeah.
To smoke the end of your cigar. Mm-hmm. So, what if you had a coupling, like a ceramic coupling, that you could just put
Duplicate
two
your sticks.
cigars together and double your pleasure?
Because somebody would be walking around with a double Churchill.
Oh, 100%.
It would just be unacceptable.
What would be way more egregious is a double Lancero. just this big around and that long.
No, but think about it. If you took like,
Oh no,
really
Sam actually likes my idea now.
but if you took,
Oh.
so if you took like if you,
You're going to Fernco it. You're going to go from a big ring gauge down into a little one, aren't you?
that was not where I was going, but it's possible. No, if you took a really strong cigar and then put it through like a real mild candela and smoked down, so
man.
you'd get all that through the first cigar.
You are such a fucking cigar nerd, dude.
Easy on, dude. That's 50 cents now.
Yeah.
You're in. Yeah.
Jiminy
Yeah,
Christmas.
come on. Corey's
was-
being good. Why am I? Why? Because I took it serious. I'm like, wait, we can actually blend
You,
this.
you took this so
Let me get
seriously.
excited. It's my thing.
The best part is it comes in like a snap-on case. It looks like a socket set, and you open it up and you go, okay, which ring gauge to which ring gauge? And
Yeah, just a whole
They could
set.
have them. You could have male and females that screw together, so you could be like, all right, I want a 54 on this side and an 80 on that side.
Wow.
He's like, wait a minute, do I have something I could already
It's
do?
totally
this with?
doable. It's totally doable.
That's why I'm like, wait.
That's what Mike Kazora said about me last night.
No, like
Jeez.
little coupler, about yay long, silicone seal on this side, silicone just good to go.
That sounds a lot like
you're
Eric's
like, I'm going to blend
extracurricular.
my own
You
cigars.
could reblend
here. Yeah.
every set of cigars together.
He's like,
Like you could actually like just you could. Oh, I love this one. I wish this had more of this. Oh, I was right. Oh, what did I do?
Right.
Both things are going to happen. It's
Two
Every-
smokes in one.
yeah.
if there's any,
But wait, there's more.
if there's any cigar manufacturers listening to this right now, they're please don't do that to our cigars.
Yeah, they're just like no.
And we're like, too bad.
Yeah.
What do you do anyway? And then you need one special attachment. We'll call it the J and RJ, where you have a hole in the middle so you could burn them both and smoke them together.
And just like bong hit it, just like
Oh, yeah, there you go.
okay. I just get
Got
the
the carburetor
just get
on
this cigar. Just get that. This is a terrible idea.
Wait,
I
wait,
love
what do they call the three that are rolled together?
it. Culebra.
So then you get the special Culebra Y attachment.
Yeah, just hammer all three.
We are going to be the end of the cigar industry.
My wife claimed copyright. She's like, stop. She's like, hold on, business mode, stop.
So
Hold on, the one idea that I think is worse than any of mine, including the panty liners for men I call skid steers.
Yes.
And everybody's like, hold on, let's copyright this right now.
So, this cigar.
Yeah, we're talking about a cigar. We're talking about cigars, though. This is
we are.
You know what we could talk about is guitars. Or
Well,
we could talk about both.
We
after
could
Jason.
talk about this cigar
It's good.
that we just introduced.
That's
It
probably a
would
good
be
idea.
better if there
Right.
was another one and they were
Well-
teamed together.
Something that I'd like to mention about this cigar here is this is probably one of the best burning cigars that I've ever smoked.
nice.
It's not bad. Neither of ours
Yeah,
demonstrates
mine's
that.
not giving that same
Yeah,
reason.
no, mine is.
Mine's
it is.
too.
Yours is pretty
Perfect.
clean.
Yeah.
It is perfectly
Don't
burned.
get us wrong.
Yeah, it's
our
burning
cigars
fine.
are burning well
Yeah.
from like a technical standpoint, but aesthetically they're not as pleasing as yours.
Yeah, we don't have the laser line that yours is rocking.
Yeah.
So,
It must be the mustache.
that's it.
He
It
has
is.
more
Stash.
even airflow.
It's the wind deflector. Yeah.
That's right.
Just
Yep, yep.
keeps it even on every draw.
Call it the. He's got a nose spoiler.
No spoil.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. Only we had a Jason.
I just
cam.
pictured Jason driving like a 91 CRX, little Honda
I had one of
hatchback.
those.
No,
Did you?
dude.
Mine
How
was
about-
an 88.
how about-
89.
How about an IROC Z with T-tops, baby?
No, the only thing I can think
Car's
of
too cool
right
for
now,
you.
the only thing I can think of is the Pixar Cars movie, and he's Mater with a cow catcher.
You started talking about cars, and I was thinking you were gonna call me the old blue car with the mustache in the front of it.
Yeah. Not
No,
instead he went for toe miter.
That's right.
That's right.
Get her done.
My sister's covered in moles.
you do that pretty well.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's one of my ones I've
Wow.
gotten pretty good. Yeah. I loved the blue collar comedy tour too much.
His vanity plate says TATR SLD tater salad.
They call me Tater Salad.
And my son
Tater tot.
Tater tot.
That's good too.
That was pretty good too.
That's his inflection's so much fun. Tot.
Maybe we should include Louie in this show. shall
Oh
we?
yeah.
Why?
He's just over there laughing.
He's just doing. He's like
Somebody
talking about guitars when you get there.
Somebody had a nice big bowl of gummy bears this morning.
No, nothing.
I know you had.
I had to wake up to, holy shit, I got to get up and get moving.
All I know is I come down underneath the deck and I was like, I better keep my distance from Louie in case I get randomed at work.
Speaking of Louie and randomed at work, do you know what they don't test for in drug tests? Psilocybin.
Really?
Yep.
What was this now?
That's mushrooms, Court.
Shrooms.
So what you're
we both
saying
were
is,
like,
what you're saying is you and Chris are going to be in there trying to get big.
Oh yeah.
Did.
Oh yeah.
Can you play the Mario riff on it?
I probably could if I figured it out, but no.
Well,
It's not in my repertoire.
No, well, that's why I was asking. Like, you know, if it was a default, like,
that could be your answer to anything. I could do it if I learned it.
I could do it if I learned it. So
can you speak Spanish? Well, I could if I learned it.
Let's introduce our friend over here.
It's Louie.
Gandalf.
He said not Gandalf at the beginning, so I'm going to
He
stop calling
surely
Gandalf
did.
for this
my
one.
apologies.
Hey, you guys call me whatever you want. I don't even
So
care.
just not Gandalf.
No, you can call me Gandalf, but that's pretty high
That's high praise.
competition.
Louis
We could call you Saruman.
That's true. Louis of Wizardly Place. No. So what are you doing here?
What's the principal's name from the Hogwarts?
Oh, that guy.
Why am I drawing a blank? Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
There we go. You can be Dumbledore.
So my wife just
Gandalf
called you
sounds
out. She
cooler.
said my 6-year-old can play it, the Mario theme. She plays it on piano though, so it's different, you know. No skill there.
Sam could do it on the kazoo.
Harmonica.
And Corey can do it on the skin flute.
I could do anything on the
he
skin
said he
flute.
knows
I can do
you.
anything.
Look,
I only play the on the skin
Gawk,
flute.
gawk,
I
gawk,
play
gawk.
the
is that a
castle.
video game?
I only play the underground sound. The
You know how far I got? You know how far I got when video games came out? There was Pong, and then there was tanks, and I was done. I haven't played a video game since that.
We almost made the best.
It wasn't even that funny, but your face, like your reaction to it, just killed me.
And here it goes.
He said you could play it on the skin flute, and I went gawk, 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 gawk.
Cadoodle doo.
Oh my God. Holy hell.
Eric,
I just be sitting in the bedroom by myself, like, and then you just hear, what's the extra life noise?
doo-doo-doo-doo.
Close enough. Anyhow.
Correction, my
Louie.
wife cannot play it on, or my daughter cannot play it on the piano. She does the. She does.
There was a Bugs Bunny game that had some really, really cool music to it.
Why do I not remember that one?
It was old. It was like probably before Sega.
Yeah. You got to remember, when Atari come out, Louie got his first gray pube. Wow, Eric, I could hear
Hey,
you.
man.
hear that one.
I said it was Pong, then tanks, and I was done.
That was it.
It
That was
got
the
too
end of it.
complicated for me. Like, nope, don't do this.
Well, there was a Bugs
I tried
Bunny
to
game,
play
too.
one of those, where like a Mario game, and my wife and my friend were sitting there going, "Run, jump, duck, run, jump, shoot, jump, run down." I'm like, nope.
I'm
Pick up my guitar.
I'm going to go home and just keep smacking my wife's butt, and she's going to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to play the Mario theme on your cheeks. Apparently, Sam's kids can do it. Louie, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Hi.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. It's all blur.
Neither do we.
We're having a good time, though.
We're here to talk about our upcoming Cigar Box Guitar Festival on June 15th.
where
It
can
is
they-
going to be the party of the year.
Dun, dun,
No
dun.
matter where you're coming from, it will be.
There's only one person listening to this show that may make the trek, and his name is Troy Harper.
Okay, Troy,
If you
you're
put
on.
up some devil horns during this episode, I'm pretty sure he'll come out. But you got to
can
tell
go.
him when and where.
It is June 15th, and the address is 38 Walnut Street, Cole Center, PA 15423. You can Google it and see the place.
Well, we don't have the brightest audience in the
That's
world.
why I
but
said it's
like
slow.
I know that, but like that was like short bus slow.
It tells us what he thinks of you, Corey. He's like, I have to go slow. These people listen to Corey.
Just because I talk slow doesn't mean I think slow.
Ooh, that guy, we're about to get philosophical over here.
like
That's wizard talk. That's wizard talk.
Louie's got the best fireworks.
It feels like one of the,
A wizard is never early or late.
Right.
He arrives precisely when he intends to.
Right.
that
said
was
it
a
too
creepy
fast.
creepy eye contact on that.
Oh, yeah,
horn,
there was-
buddy.
there
That
was-
was intense.
There was
But
some
no,
dad-
seriously,
Saruman.
we've got 11 bands coming from all over the place. There's a lot of local bands, too.
10
The
of them
bands
are
coming
good.
from all over the country. Florida, D.C., West Virginia, Maryland, Erie, all over the place, plus a bunch of fantastic local bands. We're starting at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to go till everybody's had an hour to play, and then we're going to have an open stage, and anybody who isn't in a band and plays a cigar box guitar wants to
Hell
come
yeah.
play, we can
And they
do it.
won't be testing for mushrooms
No.
either. Not at all. So
And the best part about the whole thing, it's free. Free.
for them, not for you,
Yeah.
because
So
you
wait,
guys are paying for it.
I have until June 15th to learn a couple songs.
Yeah.
Learn Mario.
Yep.
Oh,
you were
yeah.
talking about Jeff Scales. He won a raffle guitar a week ago, and he's been at my house 3 times getting a lesson. He's like, that's my goal, is I want to get up there on the open mic part and play a song on stage.
That's cool.
I'm all for it. I'm
We
all
call
for
him
it.
good looking Jeff on this show.
Yeah, he is.
Wait, he's won 2 of those goddamn guitars.
No,
hasn't
he's
he?
won one.
That's
Who won
75.
the other?
Ringo won
Ringo
two.
won two.
Okay,
I
Ringo
won
won
one
two.
for
Even-
him.
yeah.
And then he won one after that. And
now he's banned from the
ungentlemanly
drawings.
didn't give it to me.
Well, here's the thing, Louie. So, since I have failed at every turn to win one of these stinking things, I'm gonna have to buy one off of you. I'm gonna have you make one.
You might be able to buy Nick's.
Well, I don't know if I want one that's like less than 6 strings, but I think a little plucker'd be cool.
Whatever
Is that what you call your mustache?
Yes.
Whatever floats your boat. We do them all. I build them from 1 string, 2 strings, 3 strings, 4 strings, 5 strings, 6 strings, 8 strings.
Didn't you do a double recently?
Yeah,
Is that what I
just
saw
made a
online?
double neck. That's for me. Yeah.
He's like, that's mine.
It's got a banjo neck on the bottom and a 3-string neck on top.
I thought we
Oh,
were
that's
going
cool.
into Dr. Seuss territory there. I really felt like it was going to be 1 string, 2 string, red string, blue string. But you brought an example to show
Yeah.
us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's see
Dun,
it.
dun, dun.
Where do you want me to hold it?
Right there's
Right
fine.
there in front
That's
of your
beautiful,
beautiful
Max.
face.
Now, this is a Cigar Factory box.
That is
The
gorgeous.
only place you can get these boxes is in their place in New Orleans, and they have a place in Destin, Florida. I got this from New Orleans. They sent me the box.
I like the holographic knobs.
Yeah, that's, you know.
He likes the shiny part. It's
All the other parts.
Corey
The,
loves
the
knob.
pickup was made by my friend Marty Tauber in Maine. He winds pickups.
That
They're
pickup
fantastic.
is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they sound fantastic, and you know, it's like a regular guitar, but
Do you play the West
smaller.
Virginia? That's right.
I don't know if it picked it up or not, but it was almost
He could
like-
play it if he learned it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I don't do requests.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, with the dual neck, you
But
can
no,
play
the
both parts of
magic
that.
thing about these 3-stringers,
That'd be cool.
they're
Louie.
so easy to play. Like anywhere you put your fingers all the way across is a chord.
Okay.
You don't have to learn all these crazy F
how is it-
chords
how
and
is
C
it
chords.
tuned?
It's tuned G D G, so it's a power chord.
Okay, sure.
So anywhere you put it,
That's awesome.
and it's just one finger. You first time. So anybody can play it, and that's the beauty of it.
Louie, you missed
can-
something beautiful there. He said if you learned it, you could play both parts of the dueling banjos
On
on
your
one
dual neck.
guitar. You could use the 2 necks. That'd be awesome.
That'd be
Okay.
a lot.
You know, as a banjo player, because I primarily am a banjo player. Right?
Really?
You look like one.
There are 2
I
songs
don't know if that was
that I
derogatory.
will never ever play, and no banjo player worth his salt will ever touch. That's Dueling Banjos and Rocky Top. Actually, Dueling Banjos is the real song is Dueling Guitars, and it's played on 2 guitars. But they put it in that movie
Just one
and
guitar.
with a guitar and a banjo, and then that became the banjo song. And it's, you know, creepy
That's the
homos
band.
running around in the woods raping guys. That's what it means.
Eric's offended.
He resembles that remark.
You know, but he's not creepy. So,
Well, give him time.
Yeah, you don't know him well
but
enough
no,
yet.
seriously, I just have a thing. I can play that song, but I don't.
He's like, I won't do
I
it.
choose not to because of what it is. Just like everybody yells "Freebird" at the band that's
I
playing.
was just going to
you know?
say, it's the guitar equivalent of Freebird.
Exactly.
No stairway.
Exactly.
Denied.
Yeah. But
Wayne's World.
So how
I do have songs that I play both necks at the same time on. If you come to the festival, you'll see. Because I'm doing it.
I dig it, man.
That's why I did it. Because, like, some of the songs in our set I play on the banjo. Some of them I play on the 3-string. And the way that the song flow is, I have to switch instruments. Like the last 4 or 5 songs in our set, I have to switch instruments every song. So this way, I don't have to take the time to switch instruments. I can just stay there and play.
Is this
Eat another gummy bear and keep rolling.
Is this a single input on the guitar, or is it dual?
single input? It's got a pickup
Is
on
it a
the
switch that goes
and
back
it
and
has
forth?
a switch. I can
It'd be
do
cooler
either one or both.
if you had 2 inputs and you could just play through both.
okay,
sets
we
at
do
the
them, and
same
I've
time.
built them before, Corey. That's really cool. Like on a 3-string, There's pickups you can get that are a 1-string pickup.
Okay.
So you put that on the bass string.
Yeah.
You have the regular pickup on all 3 strings. The bass string goes to a separate output, and you run that to an octave pedal.
Mm-hmm. And you
So
play
you
bass at the
so
same
you play
time.
bass along with yourself while you're playing, and it's
That is
really
dope.
cool. It's really cool.
That is dope.
There's my
He's
friend,
like,
my
"Build
friend
me
Jim
that one."
Morris, who's playing at the festival. He plays a guitar like that, and you'll get to see that too.
Where'd this
You'll
all
see all
start
kinds.
for you, Louie? Like, what was the? Because I know you've been a musician your whole life. So when was the point where you were
Okay.
like, screw real instruments?
I'll tell you the shortened version of the whole story, which I don't do a lot, but I was always a drummer. Since I was 12 years old, I was a drummer, and I played in bands. And I got so sick of the guitar player and singer in our bands. Oh, I got a gig tonight. I'm playing a solo show, you know, and they're making money. And it's like, as a drummer, you can't go play a solo show. Nobody wants to go hear you beat on the drums all night, you know. So I was like, well, I got to learn an instrument. It happened to be at a flea market one day. Somebody was selling a banjo for cheap. I bought it. I'm like, I'm going to learn how to play this thing. And I ended up hooking up with some really good teachers. I was doing Civil War reenacting as a drummer, and these guys were doing Civil War music.
That was
You just rolled past that.
I'm telling you, I'm making the long story really short.
that was out
And
of
we
left
we
field.
formed a Civil War string band. and-
Clearly, he was on the South because they don't look
no,
like
it was
that
not.
in the North.
Actually, our group was the Acoustic Shadows of the Blue and Gray. We had both in our group, and we
You're
played
like,
both.
can't we all just get along?
That's cool.
And in fact, we were at Gettysburg, and there were
That's a
people that
cool
came up
name,
to
man.
our Southern guys and gave them, hey, KKK meeting at this place tonight. Come on down. It was like, oh
Damn.
man.
I want to see like both parts of that band go up against each other, like walk towards each other, and then just start playing. Why can't we be
Well,
friends?
Jason,
Yo.
you said it's a cool name. You know what Acoustic Shadow is? What happens with sound? You know
my
what
new
sound
band name
waves
is
are.
what it is.
Okay. Well, if you have a sound that's loud enough, it goes up to the sky, reflects, comes down over here, just like a giant sound wave. That's why
Oh,
at
you
the
like-
Battle of Gettysburg, you could hear the cannons from here.
Yeah.
Oh no, kid.
Because it was an acoustic shadow. It was reflecting off the ground and the sky and the ground and the sky, and it can travel distances.
That's awesome.
And that's
Jason,
where the name
I'm
came
so
from.
sorry, but y'all just built the coolest guitar ever in my brain.
Oh, geez.
The
Here we go
guitar
again.
that you need him to do, all right, needs to have a bayonet on the neck, on the head.
yes.
I've already been asked that. A mandolin
Yeah.
with a bayonet in it.
Yeah,
and you pull
dude.
it out.
The Civil War reenactment one with a bayonet on it, so you could just be like,
Of course, this works too.
a bit harder to.
It only works once.
That's right.
Just
a bayonet.
once.
is
Build
really-
another one.
That's
Cavity
all right.
parts.
The neckle. Once the body breaks
So
off. the
anyway,
neckle.
okay. So playing this Civil War string band, and whenever it was time to be done with that. But I still wanted to play the old time music. I really liked it, but I wanted my banjo to sound more like an electric guitar. I said, I'm going to electrify this. I'm going to stick a pickup in it, and add a bass player and a drummer, and we're going to play modernized versions of Yankee Doodle and stuff like that, rock versions, right? And we did that, and we were the old-time folk and blues band, and it was pretty cool. And we played some gigs like that, and we had a blast. But it wasn't enough because I couldn't get my banjo. Like, I need a solid body, or I need a body, not the drum that a banjo is, right? And actually, it was Jim Rage's brother, John, he gave me my first. It was a sound hole pickup, Dean Markley sound hole pickup. He says, try this. Just just wedge it under your strings. I was like, yeah, that worked. It actually made it sound like a guitar, right? Because I got short, fat little sausages. I can't play guitar. And as
Just
long
doesn't
as I've
work.
tried, I can't do it. Banjo, there's 4 strings down here with a little 5th string. I could do. And I know all the chords. And I was like, if I could put a banjo neck on a regular guitar body, that's what I'm looking for. And I started playing around, and I found I had some old guitars, and I got banjo necks, and I started putting banjo necks on guitars, and it was like, this is cool. Watched some videos, and I found cigar box guitars. I'm like,
Game
this
over.
is the ticket, because I can do whatever I want and make it
There's no
exactly
rules,
what
yeah.
I want with no rules. And I built my first cigar box banjo, and then it just took off from there.
When did it become something that you did for other people? Did you start like making a few for yourself?
The very first one I made, I gave away to my brother-in-law, and he still has it. It's called the Wizard, by the way. It has a wizard head stuff.
Of course it is.
But really, from right off the bat, I mean, I'm not going to collect them all in my house, you know. I mean, because I'm addicted to building these things. So I give them away. I see a need, you know, especially my early ones, which weren't really so good as they are now. Here, you want one? Have one, you know, like, try this out. And you see people light up with a 3-string guitar, and all of a sudden, I can play guitar. And it just went on and on from there. And every one you build, you think, I could do this better. I could do a better one. And then people start asking me for the weird things. Can you make me a mandolin? Can you make me a fretless bass? Can you make me this? Can you make me that?
Can you make me a Les
Challenge
Paul?
accepted.
Can you make me a Les Paul? I actually told you no at first.
Oh yeah, you did. You could
Until
tell
you
him
showed me the box, and I'm like, I think I could do it.
And then he still said no. And then he just texts me randomly a couple of days later. He's like, I think I could do it. I'm like, you could do what? He's like, the guitar. I'm like, okay, what brought you around? He's like, I don't know, I'm on a long road trip. I had nothing to do but think about it. And I just decided, yeah, I think I could do it.
Louie,
Yeah.
we were at work when I think I was relieving him when you had
Yeah,
told
he
him
was.
yes. And you should have seen him. He was beside himself. He was like, he's going to do it for me. This is going to be awesome.
And it is.
It really is. Although you helped a lot,
Post-production.
but yeah.
He was absolutely tickled that you said you would do this for him, and it was
That's the joy for me, because people
Yeah.
will come to me with the weirdest things, and I think sometimes it takes me a couple of days to
Yeah.
think about how can I do this, and that's the fun of doing it.
Yeah.
How can I do this? It's a set of problems that you have to solve, and when you get them all solved, and you're playing it, and it's like, oh, I figured it out. Here you go.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about it.
So you mentioned the simplicity of this a couple times.
Yeah.
I've never played a guitar whatsoever.
We're gonna,
That's
here
what.
we
That's
go.
exactly. You
I'm
read my
gonna show
mind.
you real quick.
Yep.
That's a G chord, all open, right?
Okay.
See this second dot right here?
Yep.
That's a C chord.
Okay.
Okay? The second fret, that's an A chord. You
Okay.
only need that once. Play 4 of these, 4 of these, and keep doing that. Think you can do that?
I think I can figure that one out. Yeah.
On his musical debut.
The cherry
Alright, so
breaker.
second one here, you said? Mm-hmm. That's start.
Start
no,
open.
Open.
Oh.
Oh.
Make sure you're
There you
pushing all
go.
3 strings down. Keep going. I saw her today at the station.
So it's that easy. See, and that's why, that's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, you know what? We got a case study right here. You're talking about how easy it
I'm
is.
telling you. I'm telling you.
But keep playing it.
All right.
I got
You sing it, you know?
more appropriate lyrics here. I used to have all 10 of my toes. Then the doctor said that one just got to go. Now they won't stop making fun of me. And I got nothing else. I just that's what I imagine. If he gets one of these, he's going to be writing toe songs. all day.
Okay, that's a
You have no idea.
that's a 3-chord song, right? Like there's
All right.
that second fret one is in the chorus. There are thousands of those 2-chord and 3-chord songs.
Oh.
That you can play right off the bat.
absolutely. Green Day made an entire career out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
and like
See, I always heard 4-chord song.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I mean, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
you know you can do 4-chord songs. You can play 99% of every song. that's
Okay,
out there.
that's what I had heard. Is like everything's 4-chord song.
Oh yeah.
But there are thousands of 2-chord and 3-chord songs that are good songs. Mm-hmm. You know. Now, how did that feel? You never played guitar before.
No.
How did that feel?
I was surprised. Now, granted, there was the learning curve to it in that 45 seconds that I did it.
Yeah.
Was like, okay, like squeeze, but you're not
Yeah.
death gripping it. There's a fine line for that, which that was about it. So yeah, I mean, it felt.
That's
it.
What's funny about it is like the band Blues Traveler. That their hit song "Run Around" is 4 chords.
Yeah.
Played over and over.
Right.
It doesn't even change
Right.
ever
Yeah.
during the entire song.
Right.
It's just 4 chords. It's G, A, C, and
If
D.
you ever listened to the song "American Woman" from the Guess Who,
Yeah.
the guitar part is da 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 dun da dun da dun 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 da 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 dun.
Yeah.
It never does anything else for the whole song.
Here's the
whole
thing
song,
about the
that
Blues
does that.
Travelers, though. They may play just 4 chords, but it doesn't matter what he says as long as he says it with inflection.
Yeah, that's Hook. And
The hook
That's the
brings you
hook.
right.
And
The
that's
hook brings
that's canon in D.
But so you take
That's all
somebody
that
who,
song is canon in D.
you take somebody who's never
I can
played
play
an
that on
instrument
harmonica.
before, Sam, and all of a sudden in 45 seconds they can play a song, and as much time as you want to put into learning these songs, and then you start writing songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're sitting on your porch and you're writing like he just made up words. You can make up words, and you got songs and you play it for your wife or you play it for your buddies, and next thing you know, you got 10 people sitting on your porch listening to you play. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but hey, this is cool.
What's-
and everybody can do it.
What's funny is, speaking of writing songs, Corey put something in my head the other day, and I've been.
Have you worked on it?
Oh yeah.
Ah,
oh,
sweet.
absolutely.
You could. I don't mind you discussing it openly.
I kind of don't want to.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be a
It's
surprise.
not finished
'cause-
yet.
Well, he was like, he goes, hey, I had an idea for a song, and I wanted you to think about some lyrics for it.
Yeah, like help me out.
Because one
more
of the
knowledgeable.
things I really enjoy is writing music. And the composition of like lyrics and telling that poem, and just I'm a lyricist at heart.
So you can focus on that and not have to spend hours and years learning how to play the guitar.
Right. Well, I mean, I've been playing the guitar since I was
But anybody.
right.
Anybody.
Sure. So he put me on this a thought pattern. This man.
Idea trail.
There we go. An idea trail. And I've been really enjoying it, and I want it to be clever.
Right. That's the whole point.
Right. And by the time the end of the song comes by, you're like, oh,
Yes.
that's what he was saying. That's
Right.
what this song's about.
I think I can describe it better without giving away the end game of it. But the idea was, like, hey.
I caught that.
So the idea is like to have these lyrics that are really cool and tell this cool song, and you don't realize until the end that it's from a certain perspective until all the things line up and come together. And the reason I reached out to Jason is because, first of all, songwriting you can run into blocks, and it's nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of. But for the actual concept, right, of where it's going, Jason is way more knowledgeable about this particular subject than I am. And so it was like, help me keep this going, and can we build a whole song out of this?
I'll tell you guys about it after the show.
Yeah.
So
I'll
let
tell
me
you what it
guess.
is.
The whole song is about caterpillars. In the last verse, you realize it's a mustache.
I gotta think to say butterfly.
It made me think of the Kenny Rogers song where it's the kid playing baseball. He's like,
Oh yeah.
and that's strike 3. And at the end of it, he's just like, man, I never knew I could pitch that good. Because it's the kid throwing the ball up and swinging and a miss, swinging and a miss. And the kid's just like, yep, didn't know I could pitch that good.
There you go.
And then that got me thinking, karaoke when we were messing around. Just
Oh
Dude, that
man.
was so
Do you have that video?
it didn't. There was nothing in it. Like it wasn't good enough to actually do anything. with
So that's a good story.
Yeah.
You should tell that.
it. No, it's your perspective of it's more fun.
Okay. So we're here for karaoke.
Karaoke.
Karaoke on
yeah.
a Tuesday night, and it come to the end of the night, right? And I don't know who started it. It was both Sam and I had a microphone.
Oh, we did a song. I don't remember what song we
Yeah,
did.
and Somebody said something about Sam rapping,
Oh, geez.
Just as a joke, yeah.
right? So
Did you start beatboxing?
I did. I start beatboxing into this microphone, and Sam freestyle raps, like legit freestyle raps for like 2 freaking minutes while I'm beatboxing into this microphone.
He's just looking at me going,
And the dude who's hosting the karaoke, when it was over, he was like, "That was the coolest thing that I've seen in a long time."
the problem is I can do that. I have no idea what I say, though. Like, I don't remember a word of it afterwards.
That sounds like literally everything I say.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm saying when I do it. So, like, when it's over, it's like, oh, that was cool. Oh, really?
Jason
Nice.
Aldean the second over here.
It was, I mean, dude, I'm beatboxing into this microphone, and he's going off, and
He nailed it. That's what it was. We did Dirt Road Anthem.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna
then it rolled it. That's
I
that's
could
what it
tell.
was.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cowboy rapping.
Yeah.
That sounds like the death of country music.
and I mean, it was lightning in a bottle.
It was
is
just
what
it was hysterical. And
That's
we won't be able
already
to
a song.
duplicate it.
No,
That's the part
never,
that sucks.
Never again.
Yeah.
That's why you always hit record.
Somebody had their phone
somebody
up.
recorded it.
And they sent it to me, but you couldn't. Like they got it basically like at the very end. So and you can't hear what I'm saying at all. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's no fun. So before it's gone, tell me about it. Yeah, I'm nubbing it though. Thoughts?
This
I'm not
has
in it.
been an absolutely excellent cigar. Absolutely excellent. I like Black Label
Yeah.
and Black Works. They're
Same thing.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they were
Same thing, different marketing.
Gotcha. Because the Green Hornet is my favorite cigar. And this is up there with that. I haven't had a Black Label or Black Works cigar that I've not enjoyed.
Nice.
They're very, very well constructed. They smoke great. They have excellent flavor. This thing has been, it was robust,
Oh, yeah.
is what I'll say about
Exactly
it. It was
what you think of from them.
robust.
How about yourself, brother?
I do want to say that just because Jason and Sam are nubbing it, you guys were a little more aggressive than I have been.
It was yummy.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
But all I was trying to get at is I've smoked it at a much easier pace, and my burn's still perfect, and I've never relit.
Yeah.
So like you can go as fast or slow with this as you'd like to. But man, it's just a great experience the whole way through. It's definitely not for amateur smokers.
No.
So, like this is not something you give somebody as a
No,
first cigar.
I'd beg to
unless-
differ.
Yeah, you're not. And you know what I mean? Just because you don't smoke a lot of cigars doesn't mean you're an amateur smoker. You know what I mean? Like this is like if you until you know somebody likes a stronger cigar.
I didn't think it was strong.
Well,
I mean, I smoke Connecticut's when I smoke.
Sure.
And most of the darker cigars are too strong for me. This was pleasurable.
Here's the thing, though, Louie. Do you retrohale?
No.
Okay, so that's what brings the
factor.
power in this cigar. It has got a very, very strong retrohale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the peppers on that, which is
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Because if you
It's-
don't
it's
want it,
good.
you can still enjoy it.
Right.
Sure.
So if you're just smoking it regular,
Yeah.
it is a very, very pleasant cigar. It's got great,
It is. It is.
great flavor.
And it burned beautifully.
Burns beautifully. It produces a ton of smoke. That's when I think about like cigar smoking, the smoke that this cigar produces that's my head. That's a cigar. It is very, very, very good.
yeah, and I'm not saying it's not. This isn't the most full body thing you're ever going to smoke in your life. You know, we're probably talking about
I'm afraid of the
7
beard.
out of 10, maybe, depending on how you smoke it. But if you're smoking Oliva Serie O shades, and somebody gives you this, it's probably going to be a little strong. That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic cigar.
So I was having burn issues at the beginning. No, I had one touch up I had to do.
That's retro,
Yeah,
right?
you got it. He found it. But yeah, we so I actually sped up to see like what it would do because I had one touch up on it. But again, that was a lot on me abusing it. Plus, this fan right here is making a difference for me.
Yeah.
But once I sped up, it actually got
Cleaner.
a better burn.
Yeah.
So, but when you did the retro, did you just take the hit and then go straight out your nose?
No, here, I'll do it again.
You're not inhaling it, are you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, that's not a retro.
What's a retro?
You're thinking retro, different kind of substance.
right here.
So retro is going to be 80-20. So 80% of the smoke you blow out your mouth, the last 20% you take out your nose. That's where you're going to get all the
Force
flavor
through the
notes
roof
and whatnot.
and out the nose. It's a hard thing to pick up without inhaling. But
We're actually
essentially,
learning
it's-
about smoking cigars on this podcast.
It's
Oh,
kinda
interesting.
Like if you ever caught yourself snoring or you ever imitate yourself snoring, when you're breathing out, you're kind of going through your mouth and your nose at the same time. You do that with some of the smoke in your mouth, and it'll push it up through your sinuses and out. That's what we're referring to when we say retrohale.
Cool.
So,
I'll work on it.
Jason, I did some Googling just to see while we were talking earlier about this bayonet cigar box guitar, and there is a line of zombie cigar boxes.
Of course there are.
And there's one with the green sticker at the bottom, like right at the bottom. It's perfect because it would be below the bridge, and it's this cool, long, narrow cigar box. Dude, I think you need to find that box, get a hold of one, and put a bayonet on the neck of that cigar box guitar. Dude, I think that's the one, man.
I think
you
we
get some neon green inlays in the neck. That thing will be sick.
All of that, and then have him dress up in his Luigi costume, all together, just like round all the green in at once.
We could have
my God,
Eric
that
make
cigar
you
box is
tattered,
beautiful.
like a tattered leather
You say how
guitar
big it
strap
is?
with like holes in it and
Yeah.
stuff.
Just beat up. Call your boy.
Look at
Ian.
that, Louie. Look at this.
Look at it. Would you look at it? Just look at
Right?
it.
It's not a cheap date if you bought the actual.
I'll tell you
box
what,
of
Sam.
cigars.
Let me see it.
You
'cause I
order-
might-
Dude.
You
that
order
is-
that. You
that's
order a box. I'll buy
exactly-
the box.
That is exactly the one, Jason. Wouldn't that be the
It's
dopest?
so hard to get.
Wouldn't that be amazing though? What you so here's the thing: you could do probably the safer bet is the bayonet, but you could also do a machete.
I would just like a cigar box guitar built out of that.
I will see about getting that.
That would be amazing.
Removable bayonet.
That would be really cool. It's hidden inside, just a piece of the handle sticking out, and you can grab it.
We got to spring load it.
Click it on. Oh man,
Louis
The
like, calm
Assassin's-
down, calm
Here
down.
we
The
go
Assassin's
again.
Creed.
He's
Why
like, I
do I
can't do
always
it. I
get
can't
the
do it. I
weird
can't
ones,
do it.
you
I
know?
can't do it. Hey,
Something on the
Jason, guess what I
Stick
can
through
do?
a box and put a string on it. There you go. Nope, I want a bayonet that comes out the side. I want to have a M16 in the handle.
Yo, we could
Holy
modify.
cow.
We can
Oh
modify
my
a Vertigo
God.
to shoot flames out the bottom.
I'm not going to tell my wife what that box of cigars costs.
Yeah, I told you
Yeah.
it wasn't a cheap date.
Yeah.
Oof.
My cost is basically that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Okay.
you can't. They're hard to get. So,
Who makes it?
Viaje.
Viaje, yeah.
Yeah. So I will. I'll see about it. I will make some. I'll shoot some emails out. I really think I only have one guy I can probably get it from. So.
So we're a little light on news right now, but I do have some very important things. that
It's
I want
time for the
to
cigar news, brought
jump
to you
into.
by Just Tip Cigars.
Us. By Louie Lamana Cigar Box Guitars. So the first thing I want to do is thank everybody because y'all cigar junkies came in pretty hot this week and got some extra plays on the Spotifys for me like I asked. And as of right now, we have officially surpassed 10,000 listens on Spotify. It got a reach. So that's super cool. So this is episode 118, and I think it's only like 11% of podcasts make it past episode 50.
If you make it to 22 episodes, you're in the top 1% of podcasters.
Is that what it is?
That's
So-
like as far as the amount of episodes you've put out.
And as little as we do, in terms to, push it out there, YouTube as well, 5,200 views on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
And that was a lot later that we started doing that. So pretty badass, guys. We appreciate you coming in and listening to us, hanging out with us on Sunday mornings and
Yeah.
all the happy stuff. But I do want to do another plug for the festival. So June 15th, Pittsburgh Cigar Box Festival at Malone's Farm, which is 38 Walnut Street. That's in Cole
Cigar Box
Center.
Guitar Festival, not Cigar Box Festival.
Sorry, for some reason, I must have typed it out and not put it in. Cigar Box Guitar Festival. If you're just there for the boxes, you're in trouble because they're going to make some noise on them. This is in Cole Center, Pennsylvania, which is also very close to California, PA. Almost kind of the same thing. If you didn't know, they're going to be featuring Shane Spiel's Snake Oil Band, the Electric Folk and Blues Band, what is it, Banji Boy, Pierce Dipner, Jim Morris, Dar Stelbata, the Mudslingers, the Strum Junkies, Steve Harvey, Final Time 2, and the Smokin' Blues. So there is a lot of talent and us going to be there at playing. It's going to be an awesome time. If you don't want to hear if you want to hear the good bands only, show up around 12:30 because the Strum Junkies go up first. So.
Nice.
Which
So
is-
your buddy Mikey K just showed up, and I think we need to get shirts made for you guys.
reason
Just
for-
say Belly Buddies,
We could have like little trap doors we could open on them.
just
so
like
you
two
could
buttons
touch
and
the
just
tip.
like
yes,
belly flaps instead of butt flaps.
yeah, that's right. The old air conditioning vents. What's up, Mikey? Hey, all right. He got permission to give me Lonesome Bob's phone number, so that's good. That might be a win for us. Lonesome Bob's like, you ever watch The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
You know the geologist Bert
Yeah.
is the
That's
bass
Lonesome
player
Bob.
that looks like
Exactly.
Bert. Exactly.
When
like
he
Bert.
said Lonesome Bob, that's the person that came in my
Yes.
mind.
He
he
So
looks like Bert.
Pretty good
yeah.
description.
Yeah, and
Terrific singer and bass player.
yeah, I'm
Terrific.
kind of hoping that we could pick him up and have him play bass with us
Nice.
for the festival. So
Bobby played
see.
bass. Corey sang tenor.
he ain't gonna be lonesome no more. We'll be lonesome together.
I don't know. Give me a bass guitar. I'll play.
I'll stick with Bob. Just because I love this guy because he just looks. He's got that Bert thing, man. He's just not emotional. He just.
Seneca said giving Mikey Kazura a T-shirt's pretty much the most worthless thing you can do.
Oh, maybe you can make strings out of Mike Kazura's chest hair.
Oh,
Braided.
I think they're made out of cheese.
See,
That's what your buddy winds his coils for his pickups out of.
I think
Probably.
as a bass player, I'd be more like Flea than anything.
Well, and that's the thing
Like
too,
irritating, and you just can't get rid of them.
Right.
Corey.
Right,
there- Like not everybody that plays owns a cigar box instrument, but there are going to be instruments there that are available. There's going to be a couple different choices of basses: 6-string guitars, 3-string guitars.
There might be a dope Strat that you could auction
there's-
off at the end of the
There's
show.
going to be a couple 6-string guitars.
Well, I mean, one that's been played.
It's not
there.
going to be auctioned. That's not going to be auctioned.
Aw, that'd be good, man. You could buy that mixer for the Leaning House. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'd be a good time. So,
That got awkward.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it.
A little bit.
maybe that's kind of our MO,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. That's
It's
why I'm saying it.
It's like we get into something and everybody's just vibing, and then all of a sudden it just drops away, and it's like, hey, what do we do now? Everybody's like, I don't know. You do something.
I don't know. You do something. I don't know. You do something.
Say the thing.
Which thing?
Simpsons episode.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
like,
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't remember that episode? The I Didn't Do It kid? He gets Bart ends up on the Krusty show, and he's filling in for Mr. Teeny or something, and he's just supposed to say, I'm waiting for a bus. And instead he knocks over the whole set and just goes, I didn't do it, and everybody laughs.
I don't
Turns
remember
into
that one.
now.
And then everybody wants Bart to say, I didn't do it.
All the time.
Yeah.
So that's it. Say
And then
the
one day
thing.
they just get sick
Say
of
the
it.
thing. And he's like,
Sounds about right.
So, let's see. We do have one new member to the group, so we'll welcome Casey Waits. I'm not sure what he's waiting for or what she's waiting for, but Casey Waits, welcome to the group.
Welcome.
While everybody else is thinking of something to talk about, I will say that next week's cigar is going to be the Leaf by Oscar Sumatra. When are we doing that show? Well, I'm glad you asked, because Sam's not going to be here next Sunday because he's going to an event, the live event at Liberty Pool.
Liberty Pool. So I'll be at Liberty Pool on the 26th.
Which,
Okay.
if you didn't go last year, it's awesome.
It's so
go.
much fun.
It's super cool, man. They have an incredible outside area for
Yeah.
hanging out, smoking, drinking their amazing whiskeys. And while he's doing that, I'm going to be away at camp. We're going tent camping for the first time in years. So I won't be here either. So what we have discussed.
So I'll do the show by myself.
So here's
This is the thing we were talking about earlier that you don't know about.
It'll
That we
just
were
be a
like,
close-up of your mustache going,
That's it. I'll tell you what. Me and Brittany, we'll do the show.
I don't know if you're scheduled for daylight on Friday, this coming Friday. If you are, it's probably in the other department, and maybe you could get it shuffled around. But we're talking about doing the show Friday morning at
in the
10.
mañana.
Okay.
10:30, like
Okay.
show up at 10, do the show 10:30 live, and then split out. So maybe we could get Jason as well. It'd be great. If not, we'll
It does
do.
help.
We at this point we passed 10,000. I don't want to lose traction now.
Yeah,
so
we're moving.
keep that.
Rolling,
That-
rolling. Oh.
Like, subscribe. Subscribing to the podcast doesn't cost anything. Do it.
Except for maybe your
click.
soul.
That's exactly what I was thinking, except maybe your soul.
Your soul.
But it's not good enough to just subscribe on Spotify. You could also do it on Amazon. You could do it on what else is there? Google. You
Facebook.
could do
Anything.
it on
We're on
Apple.
everything.
You could do it
Yeah.
on YouTube. You could do it on all the things, man. Like get in there, like subscribe.
We
share.
do like YouTube and Spotify the best. Though.
You,
They're our
you know what
favorites.
you could do is you could go to thecigarjunkies.com.
.com.
If I went to the cigarjunkies.com, Jason, what would I find there?
You would find a website.
What,
Well,
really?
he's not wrong.
And would there be like content on this website, or would it just be a
He's-
website that just says website?
Here's the thing. He's doing a different thing. He's going to grab a screen share. While he does
Aha.
that, it takes time to set up because they
Right.
don't see it yet.
So-
So, Sam, if I went to the cigarjunkies.com, what would I find?
Cigar junkie stuff. No, you would find all kinds of cool links. You'd find our most recent episodes. You would find places to get beautiful shirts, such as the one I'm currently wearing, and many options.
Buy them
of
for
it.
your wife. That's what you got to do because then you get Sam on one boob and Corey on the other.
It is more fun that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, yeah.
I mean, and let's face it, that's essentially what we are anyway. Just a couple of boobs with microphones.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny.
Two little boobs and some
Dude,
microphones.
if we change this, so I was talking to some people last night about this and saying like where we were at for listeners. It's like we're doing pretty good for a cigar podcast as early as we are still. We're kind of running low on that excuse. I think we're starting to get.
We're
to that
stretching
point
it, yeah.
Where we've been around for a little while, but with that being said,
Hey, there it is.
hey,
There's the website.
look at that. That's the website. There's some beautiful cartoony faces on there and everything.
Where can you find these
It's
T-shirts at?
adorables.
Let's see. I think if you go up top and you click on swag,
Swag.
or hey,
Bang,
Look
all
at
them
that.
designs, man.
Whoa.
Designs galore.
Look at
Designs
that.
like
it's so
crazy.
beautiful. It's so amazing.
That's the cigarjunkies.com right there.
Oh, so anyway, essentially we're handcuffed by the fact that because here's how it happened. We have a cigar podcast, and Earl goes, John Curcio goes, yeah, but they hardly talk about cigars at all. It's just a couple of guys goofing around, and occasionally they talk about cigars. I'm like, that's not inaccurate.
You're not
Like,
wrong.
If we changed the name, we would be way easier to gain traction because I think any non-cigar smokers would shy away from the show just because it says Cigar Junkies and we're smoking cigars in the pictures.
Yeah.
But if we changed it to boobs on microphones, I think we would definitely pick up a lot more traction. Probably a lot of underage boys, but
No, it would just give you an excuse to put a nipple on your tequila.
it's not a bad idea.
and now he's
It'd
excited.
be too slow.
No,
It'd be way too slow drinking it.
just slow burn the whole show.
Speaking of way
Like
too
a
slow
gerbil.
drinking it, you work today, don't you?
I do.
That's why I didn't see the tequila bottle there.
I drank some last night just to make sure.
Me too.
just
I
a little
put a
bit.
lot
Actually,
of
I had
time.
some tequila last
Hey,
night.
did you listen to the show last week?
I did not.
We did that show just for you.
I will get to it. I will get to it for sure.
Because
listen,
we talked
my
about-
life is starting to return to something that resembles normal.
We could tell by your mustache.
Yes.
So
He's
we
just
brought
sitting
up
there.
the idea. Jason's on blood pressure medication now and can't drink quite so frequently for a while.
Oh no.
And he's hoping to get back to normal at some point. But in the interim, he's like, I could stock up on some liquor if
What-
he doesn't spend all his money on that cigar box.
Let me tell you how this affects me because my wife bought a 6-pack formula. Like I walked upstairs and there's a 6-pack of beer sitting there, and I'm like, oh, you bought me beer? And she was like, yeah, I figured I'd be nice. She bought a little bit of booze for herself and then brought me home something. So here's the thing about drinking on high blood pressure medication.
Doesn't take much.
I go from I'm buzzed to blackout drunk right now.
That's a money saver right there.
Oh my, it's terrible.
fun.
It is not, because you're like, 2 beers,
Feel
I'm
fine
like,
and then
oh
done.
man, I'm feeling pretty good. The 3rd beer, I'm like,
Next thing you know, you're rubbing
Where's
your
my
belly
pants?
against Mike Kazura.
yep. Next thing you know, you're like, where's my pants? I'm like, this is, I was playing a game. One of my buddies streams on Twitch, right? And I play with him on stream every now and then. I had this entire Discord thread with him, talking to him, was talking about trouble I was having with my microphone, and the game wouldn't and it was like an hour and a half long. I sat down at my computer the next morning, and I'm looking at this Discord thread, and I'm like, when did that happen?
I did the same thing when I was streaming. I had the same incident happen.
Holy cow, dude. Like I said, I go from like, oh, I'm happy and buzzed to blacked out
Game over.
instantly.
So,
It's crazy.
Jason, you fed me a really interesting idea that we could try as an experiment, and this isn't going to be too crazy. What if we just took the show that we already have, okay, and we just came up with a different name, a different icon for it, and start distributing it under a different name also. So we do the exact same show, but give it 2 different names, 2 different threads. We do the Cigar Junkies podcast, and we do the Where's My Pants podcast, and just see how quick the other one, like, we could start with episode number 1 and just see how fast it picks up traction without the brand on it.
That was
It's actually not a bad idea.
interestingly enough.
something going on there. He's like, I don't
Interestingly
wanna
enough,
support him.
No, it wasn't that. I'm just sitting here thinking there's a
kinda
back
been
end
done
side of
before
it.
with
Yeah.
movies.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if you're the old Hammer films, the old horror films from
Yeah.
the 60s and 70s. They would make a movie, and they would release it under one name, then they'd release it under a totally different name, the exact same movie, to a different section of the people.
And test market it that way.
Yeah.
Well, why were they called Hammer
Well, not-
movies? I never knew that.
I think our name pigeonholes us.
It was
Yeah.
Hammer Studios. I don't know.
Is that
if
what it was?
the
Okay.
guy's name.
that's actually something Sam and I talked
Yeah.
about ad nauseum. Is
but
that
I love our brand? I don't want to change it, but we don't have to change it. We could just have
Rename
2
it.
different brands.
Relabel it.
Put a different theme song in the beginning of the other one.
because both Cigar and Junkies, I think you're absolutely right. I think that pigeonholes us very, very much.
We could even call it the Pigeonhole Podcast.
The Pigeonhole Podcast.
Yeah, because I mean we've talked about that since day
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
Like right off the bat,
But-
when we first started doing this, we're like, it's a great name and all that. Probably gonna be a problem for us though.
But I mean, all we'd have to do is just change the icon, put it under a different name, maybe go through and just build a different intro for the show, and do a little bit of editing and put the show out the same exact show, like we're 118 in, just once a week, episode 1, episode 2.
Now here's
That's
the
actually
question.
a good idea, Corey. That really is.
Here's the
Thanks,
question.
Dina.
What happens when that takes off?
We just keep doing
keep
the same
going.
thing. You just distribute it under both names. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do.
We'll
And
talk
we're-
logistics of it afterwards because
and-
this is
Okay.
actually like a valid.
And we're like 118 episodes ahead on that one. Like, we don't have to think about what we're doing for the next
That's
show.
yeah. Yeah.
Minimal editing. You know, change the theme song, change the intro. That's it. That's about it.
That's right.
And
That's
then,
a really good
and then
idea.
every time you say Cigar Junkies in the podcast, I'll go
No.
back and listen through all of them, and I'll change it, and it'll just be my voice,
You can AI audit. You can AI audit the audio.
and it'll just be my voice, like the Pigeonhole Podcast.
Where are my pants? Just like it has been like. No, we got to use an AI version of what's his name? Bueller.
Oh, Ben Stein.
Ben Stein. Just have it Ben Stein be like, the pants.
So here's my idea for the icon, the Where's My Pants podcast, and it's just like the cartoon version, like I have already, this version right here, but whole people. All 3 of us, with Jason in the middle, all sharing one pair of pants.
my idea, and I think I mentioned this to either you or Sam or both of you at the same time, that we change the name. You know how we have it, The Cigar Junkies, on YouTube and Spotify? Just TCJP.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is definitely, we'll keep going with this after we
Okay.
get done here, because
Yeah.
that's,
It'd be, dude, we could, you could just do it over and over again. You could try this name, try that name. Like this one didn't pick
Just
up
a
any
whole rebrand.
traction. Try this one, put it out there with a bunch of different stuff.
what if we did it like, Where's My Pants, WEAR? Like,
Where's my pants?
Like, what? No? Okay.
I liked it.
Can we call this episode It's a Wizard, Harry?
And this week, I'm wearing Jason's pants. Next week, Jason will wear Sam's.
You okay? Because you kind of, it's,
I opened up Facebook and saw this picture.
yeah, that is Ryan Seneca rocking a Fred Durst New York Yankees
Are
hat.
his ears
I
as
had the
big
same
as they
one.
Look from
Oh
here?
my God.
Why does ears look
I'm
so
loving the
big?
chain too. Like, are they beads? Yeah.
He said 1, 2, 3.
You ended up
times
giving
2
them to
the
Eric,
6.
didn't you?
$3 bill, y'all.
Right?
What the heck?
Yeah.
He said, I pack a chainsaw. What? I can't say the rest. And I'll owe money too.
I'll skin your butt raw.
Oh, jeez. Eric's done.
And if this
He
day
just
keeps
finished.
going this way, I just might.
Break something tonight?
Break something tonight.
That is a great song.
You can probably play that on there. That's the whole
There
song.
really is it.
One of those times. Okay.
Dude, where's my
Whatever.
pants?
Yep.
That one came from Deb. That's, I'm guessing, yours, right?
No, she. That wasn't a suggestion. That was just what Louie said before he left this morning.
Dude, where's
Deb,
my
where's my
pants?
pants?
Sweet.
There's a funny story about that, why she put it.
Yeah.
All right.
We were, okay, when we would go to our camp, a lot of times Friday night we would get there and we would need things for the weekend, right? So we would go to, there was a 24-hour Walmart. Well, when we went there, and my son, he was maybe 10, okay? Well, I was wearing a pair of like sweatpants shorts and an oversized T-shirt. And we were shopping around. Well, I pulled the shorts way up. and my shirt was down below the shorts. And
people
my
in
wife looks
Walmart-
at me. I caught back up with them. My wife looks at me, where's your pants? And I'm like, I think I left them over in the men's department. And my kid tore off through Walmart to try to find my pants. And I was laughing so hard I was crying. So that's the where's my pants. That's why she posted that.
I think I seen that picture on peopleatwalmart.com, but it was from the back. I just thought it was an old lady.
Yeah, I was playing a trick on them. Where's your pants? Oh my God. I think I left them over in the men's department.
We could do one.
Go find Dad's pants.
We could try it as the Three Little Bears, and just none of us wear shirts,
No.
and just try to tack on.
No,
the
nobody
Bert
wants to
Kreischer
see any of that.
popularity. Works for Bert.
Yeah, well, Bert's got a thing built around that.
He's also incredibly funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have that. We lack like, that
Yeah.
one key thing that he does well.
that's fair.
Yet none of us are the machine.
What was the one roast? The chick, she looks at him, she's like, Bert Kreischer, I love your joke. I was like, oh, that's a good one.
I say every week we just use Jason as the guinea pig, and we go the Incredible Edibles podcast, and just give Jason something to try at the beginning of every show,
Wow.
and just see what the effect
Little,
will be.
like, dose me with MDMA, and I'm just over here like,
He's just grinding against the microphone.
Sam, there's a troll on your hat. Let me get that. There's a troll right there.
I'm here
He's
for
for it.
There's
He's
some
in.
gold happening here somewhere.
Just random hallucinogenic drug for Jason. Here you go.
The question is, do we tell him when we
Yeah,
start?
you don't tell him.
No,
'Cause
you
now we know that psilocybin's not being tested for. We can
you
have fun.
just put it on a cigar, the little dropper, and bring a whole new meaning to acid cigars.
Man, there you go. Little LSD. Be sitting here, my pupils would be like,
Yes. Wait. Sam, Corey, when did you turn into Rick and Morty? Corey's got the best elbow boobs in South Park.
100 years. 100 years of Sam and Corey.
100 years.
100 years.
Wow.
Chase is just over there. I've discovered the secret to interdimensional travel. His pupils are the size of his entire eyeballs.
It's gyroscopes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'd be over here like writing stuff down in a notebook.
what are you writing down? And he's like, I got notes. I got ideas for later. We look at it. It's just pictures of cats.
It's like, what's wrong with you, Jason? I got mega fruit seeds in my ass.
So, as always, we are completely off the rails.
That's correct.
So, Louie, you got anything else you want to chat about? You want to bring up? You want to distribute to the
Are
children?
you aware of any festivals coming up that you could tell us about?
There are festivals going on all over the country. This weekend, the longest running cigar box guitar festival in the country is happening in Huntsville, Alabama. It's 5 days.
That's
There's
from
about
Louie
100
Can't Take a
bands
Hint,
playing.
Lamana.
Holy cow.
It's insane. We
to
just
fluctuate.
had Sarasota, Florida. The week before ours, there's one in Robbinsville, North Carolina. There's ours. We're actually playing at one at the end of June in New Jersey at the beach. There's one down there, the Jersey Shore Cigar Box Guitar Festival. There's one in Maine. End of August, we play in York, Pennsylvania. That's the closest one to here, but that's not close enough. That's why
do you know about any happening in June? Maybe in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, besides ours?
No.
Ours.
I'm trying to get you to plug yours again.
Plug yours again.
Okay, so all right, you want me to plug mine? Here's the deal. I got involved with cigar box guitars a little less than 10 years ago. I found out that the biggest festival is, because the king of cigar box guitars is Shane Spiel. And he had a festival in York, PA, every August. And about 4 or 5 years in, I decided, Deb, let's go to this festival, see what it's all about. Well, we went, and there were so many people I met online that you put faces and names, and all of a sudden you're making friends. And now we go every year. And everybody says, Louie, when are you going to do one in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
And there was no way. There was no way. They said, first of all, if you're going to have a festival, you got to be prepared to lose a lot of money. And I don't have any money to lose, so I can't do
Game
this.
on.
And you know what
He's
happened?
like, hey, Dave, you got some money.
No, that I met Dave. I didn't know Dave at the time. His shop is literally 50 feet from my house, and I never went in there. That's a different story for a different day. But I met
So, in other
Dave,
words, Leaning
and-
House needs better signs.
No, it's
I knew it
written
was
really
there. I
big.
was just intimidated. I was intimidated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, big time. Like, that's real cigar stuff, you know? Like, I'd get my boxes out of the cheap buy your tobacco vape shop kind of
Oh, yeah.
garbage, but it was a box I could use. And I thought, that's good enough for me because I'm not. Then when I met Dave, within an hour of meeting him, we were sitting upstairs on the deck planning the first festival. He said, we
wild.
can do this. And it's total. Dave raises the money to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And makes it all possible. And he has connections. And I mean, I met you through him. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Sorry.
It's, he makes this all possible. I just know people that are willing to do it. He makes it happen.
That's awesome, man.
And so last year we did it at the Leaning House. We had 5 bands. We had to charge money for people to come in because we didn't know how to raise enough money yet. But musicians that play at my festival get paid. A lot of these festivals, they don't get paid.
Yeah.
They're just trying to, no. I've been a musician my whole life. You don't play unless you get paid. Hands
Everybody
down.
gets a hot dog and a handful of chili.
Yeah, Slim Jim and a Yoo-Hoo. But,
That's
so,
my favorite video on Pornhub.
And he said, so we actually did this last year for our inaugural festival. We called it a showcase, not a festival, because it was just one evening.
Yep.
And we sold tickets, and we sold 75 tickets, and maybe 50 people were there at the most at a time. Some people came and went. But we made money. We paid everybody, and we made a little bit of money. And I was like, well, everybody, I know people that I talk to everybody that puts on all these festivals all over the country. I'm friends with all of them. They said, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. We made money. I said, Dave, we're just going to keep it here. We'll keep it small. We made money. That's the thing. It wasn't a losing thing. And he said to me earlier this year, he said, hey, we met these people that have a farm that they want us to have the festival out there. And I'm like, well, I don't care what they want. I don't care about their farm. We had it here. We made money. It was good. It was everybody was happy. The people who were there loved it. They're like, it was intimate. When after a band was done playing, they came and sat in the audience and we talked to everybody and they got to know people.
Mike Kazora sweated on everybody.
So he said, well, let's just go out and see this place. So we went out, met the people who own the farm, saw the potential.
Fell in love.
We got back in the car to leave. I said, Dave, you suck. That's exactly what I said. He's
But
like,
he made money.
I said, why? I said, because this is the perfect place to do this. It's perfect. And every sense of the way, it's perfect. We're doing it here. I thought maybe 5 years into this festival we'll be ready to do this. It's our second year.
Yep.
And we're doing this. We could get 1,000 people come.
Wow.
And we could take it. There's enough room for that. There's people coming from all over the place camping. You can set up tents and you can camp, and it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, it's primitive camping. We have porta potties. That's it. You don't got nothing else. There's some food there. We encourage everybody, bring your own food, bring your chair, bring your pop-up, awning things, whatever you call those things. And it's going to be off the hook.
That's
It's going to be
awesome.
off the hook.
June 15th.
June 15th. Be there.
The
It'll be a good
excitement's
time.
awesome,
there.
man.
Jason, do you think there's a place where we could order a custom temporary tattoo of anything you wanted?
What?
At some point, I looked down at Sam's arms, and the only thing I was able to think of was if we got a temporary tattoo of Mike Kazora without a shirt on, and you shaved everything except for his torso.
What the heck? You know, sometimes
I was hitting
He
too
had-
many cylinders.
Corey-
I had to go back.
Sam, he had a little too much fun doing that last night.
Yeah.
You noticed, eh?
sometimes
I
when
was
an
there.
idea pops into your head,
You
Yeah.
don't.
it
have to
doesn't need to come out.
Yeah, it does. I can't. I would explode.
I really
it would
think
be
you
bad.
would.
But I was doing too good for a while. I had to get back down to my normal.
Do you know where Mike
Plain.
ended up last night after he left the Leaning House?
In the gutter?
No. Do you know where he went?
Your house, I'm guessing?
They went to Denny's. He said, this is like the old times where you go to the bar at 2 a.m, you'd leave and go to Denny's. He says, that's what we did. I was so blasted that we went to Denny's.
That's
Because I haven't done that in 20 years.
I feel like I'd be more
when you're
hungover.
drunk enough.
I'd be more hungover from the
And he
Denny's
posted
anymore than I
pictures
would
of
the
his food.
booze.
You know, like, really?
The Waffle House of the North.
Oh, God.
All right, guys. I think we've about hit the end of this one. Thanks,
Yeah.
Louie, for coming and hanging out with us and educating
having
us
me.
on the things. Remember, we are going to be doing the show on a Friday this week, not on.
There is a
Sunday.
Facebook page for the festival, the Pittsburgh Cigar Box Guitar Festival Facebook page. Details are all on there.
I think
We
it's
will,
on. I think there's a
we're
link
gonna
for it in our
reshare
events tab.
Yeah, we'll reshare it just in case on the Cigar Junkies Facebook group. We are going to be doing this show is going to be on Friday. Let's do some math real quick. Friday the 24th, I believe. Does that sound accurate? And we'll be smoking the Leaf by Oscar Sumatra.
Sumatra.
And,
Yeah, 24th.
We'll have a good time.
I like it.
Say your thing.
Salud.